Okay, today we have got a Star Wars books opening. I ordered several books over a period of time. They've turned up over a period of time, and I've kind of forgotten what I ordered over a period of time. I do remember what I was trying to do was get the early stories. I don't mean the books that were published first, I mean the stories that occur first within the Star Wars universe. You know, the early days of the Jedi and the Sith and the pre-Empire stuff, things like that. That's what I was trying to get. So at least some of them should be that sort of thing. There may be other things in here as well. And I've got a few books already from that sort of setup. I've got the Lost Tribe of the Sith book, and I've got the 3 Darth Bane books. So I was after some more because I thought that'd be interesting. Read all the, you know, the early stuff, how everything got started. Plus, it's kind of like start at the beginning. You know. Anyway, it made sense to me. So let's see what we've got. I've got Darth Plagueis as well. I read that. That was good. Which is not as early as the others, but it is kind of pre-Empire, you know. Okay, still don't know what this is. And here's a little tear off strip. Can I tear it all the way off? Yes. Wow. So the first one we have got is Star Wars The Old Republic Fatal Alliance. I don't know where I got this from, but they've sent me 2 bookmarks. Obviously I got this from Sci-Fi, which is a website. I seem to remember they always put bookmarks in, which is pretty cool. Star Wars The Old Republic Fatal Alliance. I wonder if I can see when this occurs, because most of the books seem to have a timeline in them. There it is. It's tiny writing. Old Republic Fatal Alliance. So this is 1032 years before A New Hope, this says. So 1,000+ years before episode 4. Okay, what is this? From across the galaxy they've come, agents of both the Republic and the Sith Empire, an investigating Jedi Padawan, an ex-trooper drummed out of the Republic's elite Black Star Squad, and a mysterious Mandalorian. An extraordinary auction has drawn them all together in quest of a prize only one can claim. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I like the sound. I've got no idea what that is, but that sounds very interesting. Okay, there's our first one. Star Wars The Old Republic Fatal Alliance. And it looks like there's possibly going to be several Old Republic books. So that's the first one, and it is one of the older set stories. And the second one we've got is Star Wars The Old Republic Deceived. Where does this fit in? I felt like it was kind of in the same block as that. Maybe not. Oh, this is... oh, okay. 3,650 years before episode 4. Okay. Star Wars The Old Republic Deceived. The second novel set in the Old Republic era and based on the massively multiplayer online game Star Wars The Old Republic, ramps up the action and brings readers face to face for the first time with a Sith warrior to rival the most sinister of the Order's Dark Lords, Darth Malgus, the mysterious masked Sith of the wildly popular Deceived and Hope game trailers. Ooh. I believe I have played Star Wars The Old Republic, and I seem to remember not got very far. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so there's another one, another Old Republic one, which made from different bits of the Old Republic. Fatal Alliance. Oh no. Okay, so that's the first one in that block, and this is the third one in that block. So they're from the same block. And looks a bit of a weird size compared to the others. Ah, okay, this was something else I was after. I've got a Darth Maul book. Darth Maul Shadow Hunter. And it's a completely different size to the others, which is a bit odd. Okay, so this was the other thing I was after, was there's several books about Darth Maul out there, so I wanted to try and pick those up as well. Obviously, I ordered at least one. After years of waiting in the shadows, Darth Sidious is taking the first step in his master plan to bring the Republic to his knees. When one of his contacts disappears, Sidious does not need his false-honed instincts to sense betrayal. He orders his apprentice Darth Maul to hunt the traitor down. But he is too late. Okay, so this obviously is not one of the early ones. This occurs later on. Prior, obviously, to Phantom Menace. And this one does not look like it's got the timelines listing in it at all. But, okay, we've got a Darth Maul one. That's cool. So, it looks like we're going to get early period books and possibly Darth Maul books. Star Wars Red Harvest. Now, is this one of one or is this one of the other? Let's have a quick look, see if it's in here. I can't see Red Harvest in the... Oh, yes, I can. It is. It is in the Old Republic section. Before, according to this, it's set before Fatal Alliance, so it occurs before this one. Cool cover. Unlike other young Jedi sidelined to the agricultural corps, those whose abilities have not proved up to snuff, Hestizo Trace possesses one extraordinary false talent, a gift with plants. But suddenly his quiet existence among greenhouse and garden specimen is violently destroyed by the arrival of an emissary from Darth Scabarus, a Sith Lord with a fanatical dream poised to become a nightmarish reality. For the rare black orchid. For the rare black orchid. Okay. So Red Harvest. So that's in there somewhere. Okay. So all going very well. This looks like it's a big one, but I don't think it is. And how do I get into it exactly? That is the question. Let's try. Okay. And we have got Star Wars The Old Republic, Annihilation. And see where this one fits in. Annihilation. It fits in after Fatal Alliance. So we've got Red Harvest, Fatal Alliance, and then we've got Annihilation. The Sith Empire is in flux. The Emperor is missing, presumed dead, and an ambitious Sith Lord's attempt to seize the throne has ended fatally. Still, Darth Carid, commander of the fearsome Imperial battle cruiser Ascendant Spear, continues her relentless efforts to achieve total Sith domination of the galaxy. What chance do 3 Republic agents stand against the Empire's single deadliest weapon? Okay, that sounds like a good one as well. Right, 2 more to go. We've got... Oh, here we are. Oh, hello. Hello. Must be an invoice. So we have got Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void. So I think this is from right at the beginning. This is kind of in the same sort of time period-ish as the Lost Tribe of the Sith book. Oh, it's... wow. So this is pre-Lost Tribe of the Sith. So this is saying Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void, 25,793 years before Episode 4. So about, well, 26,000 years. Gosh, that is a long time ago, and it looks like this is the earliest one. So the earliest one they've got listed here, so, which I guess makes sense, Dawn of the Jedi. At the feet of the masters of the ancient Jedi Order, Lenore Brock learned the mysteries and methods of the Force, but its powers eluded her brother, and his bitter shunning of the Jedi ended in tragedy. Now, after years of solitary life as a ranger keeping order in the galaxy, Lenore has been urgently summoned by the Jedi Council, a fanatical cult leader obsessed with travelling beyond known space is bent on opening a cosmic gateway using dreaded dark matter. Ooh. I keep saying Jedi because they're spelling it like J-E and then a little apostrophe D-A-I-I, which I'm guessing is meant to be the early spelling of Jedi. So this is the very first one then, so that's a good place to start. And here we go, last book. What have we got? Oh, this one's a bit battered and beaten up. I must have had trouble getting hold of this one, I don't remember. Star Wars Knight... what is that? Star Wars Knight Errant. If you've read the novel, now read the comics to find out... Okay, we've got a... There's a little mini comic book section in the middle. So there was obviously a comic book adaptation of the book. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's pretty cool. And hello, what was that? And we got a bit of old rubbish. Okay. I don't know where I got this from. What did it say on there? Nope. So yeah, it's a bit tattered and battered, and got a nice crease in the spine, which is kind of annoying, and a little bit of a sticker. I'll have to give that a bit of a clean up. An original adventure featuring Jedi Kara Holt, star of the hot new Dark Horse Knight Errant comic series. So maybe the comic book was first and this was done after to tie in with it. I don't know. If you know, let me know. 1,000 years before Luke Skywalker, a generation before Darth Bane, in a galaxy far, far away. The Republic is in crisis. It's always in crisis. What's the matter with them? The Sith roam unchecked, vying with one another to dominate the galaxy. But one lone Jedi, Kara Holt, is determined to take down the Dark Lords. Her enemies are strange and many. Lord Damon, who imagines himself the creator of the universe. Lord Odeon, who intends to be its destroyer. The curious siblings, Quillian and Dromica. The enigmatic Arcadia. So many Sith weaving a patchwork of brutality, with only Kara Holt to defend the innocents caught underfoot. Does this say where this fits in? Right. Lost Tribe of the Sith, Old Republic, Red Harvest, Lost Tribe of the Sith, Knight Errant. So this fits in 1032 years before Episode 4. So this occurs, it looks like, just before the 3 Darth Bane books. Okay, that was cool. So, what did we get in some kind of order, I think. So we got Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void, which appears to be the very first, the earliest set story. And then all from the Old Republic, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, we've got Deceived, Red Harvest, Fatal Alliance, and Annihilation. And then just before the whole Darth Bane trilogy, we've got Knight Errant. And then obviously from much later on, we've got Darth Maul, Shadowhunter. Okay, so there's my little Star Wars early stories, mostly book haul. So there we go, that's our Star Wars books opening. I'm looking forward to getting started on those. For the time being, however, that is it for this video. Until next time, remember, hit the thumbs up below, leave a comment, and I shall see you in the next one.